Hey, my name is Kim. Welcome back to my channel. This week I am doing a week of dinners. Starting on Tuesday because Monday we had Thanksgiving dinner at my parents', so I wasn't cooking, but I will post a picture in here of what we had. Typical Thanksgiving dinner. And now that I'm thinking about it, on Friday we have a dinner there as well. So probably not the best week to do a week of dinners, but anyways, you'll get 5 dinners. Tonight I'm making enchiladas, so I'm just getting the chicken going because I like to cook it in the slow cooker, and then shred it. So, and then I add cream cheese and a few other things, and then make enchiladas. But anyways, let me show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got 2 chicken breasts here, and I have some of my homemade salsa verde, or green salsa. I'm also going to get some chipotle seasoning and salt and pepper and garlic powder, and then I'm going to get it into the Instant Pot and let that cook. I just bought this oil dispenser. It is so adorable. It was like $10 at Winners. So I have noticed with prices going up like crazy, I can't buy olive oil anymore. It has like tripled in price. So I just buy canola oil. In doing my research, it was kind of the second most healthy option behind the more expensive avocado, olive oil, those options. So that's what we use is canola oil. And yeah, but I got this nice holder so that it feels like I have a nice bottle of oil to cook with. Super handy for, you know, getting just a thin coating of oil on your pans and stuff too. All right, so I seasoned up the chicken. I have a little bit of oil drizzled on the bottom, which I probably didn't need, but whatever. And then I've got a bunch of the green salsa on top, and did I mention seasoning? Yeah. So I'm just going to cook that, just using the Instant Pot function, and then I'll switch it to slow cook. Sometimes I find the slow cook function is a lot slower than a regular crock pot using the Instant Pot, so I like to do an initial cook first, if that makes sense. So here's what it looks like now. I'm just going to switch it to slow cook, and then I'll shred it at some point. All right, so I shredded up the chicken breasts, and then I left all the juices in there from cooking. I added in some cream cheese, and then some beans, and then I'm also going to add in some corn. And oh, this smells and tastes so good already. So normally for my enchilada sauce, I do oil, flour, chili powder, garlic powder, and tomato paste. Stir that and thicken it over low heat, and then add in chicken broth. I'm out of tomato paste. Oh, thanks. I'm out of tomato paste, so I think I'm gonna do all the steps but that, and then add in some of this green salsa. So it might be kind of interesting looking, but I think it'll taste good, and then I'll just maybe use the immersion blender to get it all blended up. I mean, this does have a tomato base, so I think that'll be good. I don't know. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, so there's the finished sauce. All right, so I just sprinkled a little bit of cheese onto each tortilla and put in a spoonful of the chicken filling mixture, rolled it up and placed it in here. So this should get about 6, which isn't enough for all of us, but 2 of the kids are not gonna wanna eat enchiladas, so I'm just gonna make them some quesadillas with the leftover cheese and wraps. So yeah, I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. I've got a fair bit of leftover sauce, so I think I'm gonna freeze that for a future meal, just to make things nice and easy. By the way, I just got this pan, and I paid $5 for it on Facebook Marketplace, and I just think it's so cute. I wanted the Pioneer Woman pan set. There's this one and a bigger blue one. I think they're not even sold anymore. Should have bought them while they were available, but it's nice to have this one now, and honestly, I have lots of large pans, so this is totally fine. I also recently bought this butter bell for $5 on Facebook Marketplace. So you put a little bit of water in the bottom, and it keeps the butter like spreadable. So here's my 7-year-old's plate. He just has the quesadilla with a few chips, and my daughter had a little bit of both, the enchiladas and the quesadillas, and this was mine. All right, so tonight I'm gonna make chicken parmesan. So I've got my whole wheat pasta here. I saw this sauce in Walmart the other day and I thought I'd try it. It was on sale for $1.97. Looked interesting, so have that. Chicken breast, I usually cut them in half lengthwise so that we have 4 pieces because not everyone eats meat in our family and the rest of us are kind of lighter meat eaters. Anyway, so I've got that. I also have Parmesan and mozzarella in the fridge, and I'm going to coat the chicken in Ritz and Parmesan and some seasonings, and then just kind of, what's it called? Sear that before I put it in the oven with the sauce and the cheese. So I made a mixture of, I found some whole wheat crackers that no one was eating. So I pulsed those into crumbs, added in garlic powder, salt, oregano, and Parmesan. And I'm dredging them in that after dipping them in egg. And then I'm going to go sear them. Okay, so I've never tried this sauce before, like I said, and I just tasted a little bit of it after opening. It tastes like the sauce that comes in like the canned ravioli. You know what I'm talking about? Chef Boyardee, yeah. That's what it tastes like, which is interesting. I don't know if I like it. We'll see how it tastes like on a full pasta dish. All right, there we go. I'm popping that into the oven for about 20 minutes. Okay, so I had a dill pickle salad kit in the fridge and it unfortunately went bad, but this stuff is still good, the dressing and stuff. So I'm just gonna throw that in with lettuce and kind of make a not Caesar salad. I might add some bacon bits and Parmesan too. All right, so there's our dinner. I slightly overdid the chicken, but that's fine. There will be some nice crispy cheese in there. And then here's the pasta. I just added a bit more cheese. I'm gonna let that melt. And then I have the Caesar salad, and I left some plain lettuce and plain pasta for the picky kid. And that is dinner for Wednesday. So here's my 3-year-old's plate. This was my 12-year-old's plate, my 7-year-old's plate, and my almost 13-year-old's plate. So tonight for dinner, it's Thursday. I'm making Italian wedding soup. This is a soup that all my kids eat. Every single one. The pickiest of kids does pick the meatballs out, but that's fine. So I have a pound of ground pork. Don't worry about the expiry date. This has been in the freezer for a long time, so it was time to use it. I have, I need some crushed Ritz crackers. Anyways, I'll add that. And some Parmesan, garlic powder, pepper, and I'm also gonna add salt. So I'm gonna make the meatballs, saute them in my Instant Pot, add in spinach, and chicken broth, and this acini di pepe. It's like really tiny noodles I get from Superstore in the big yellow bags, the no-name ones. I'm gonna add that at the end, and I have a work meeting tonight from 3:30 to 7, and I only have like a 15-minute dinner break, so I want something already made, and I don't want to order pizza. So that's what I'm working with. I will show you the process as I make it. Also pulled out my ranch seasoning and salt. All right, most of my meatballs are in there. I have a few more to go in. So this is just a pounded meat. So this is on saute. I'm searing them, waiting till they release, and then I'm gonna flip them. And then once they're cooked, I'll add in the other ones. So in this liter-sized jar, I just added a tablespoon of Better Than Bouillon and water, mix them together, and I'm gonna do this twice. All right, so here's the finished soup. So I ended up adding in 1 1/3 cups of pasta, and next time I think I would just do 1 cup. I think it was a little bit too much, but still looks good, and I know everyone's gonna eat it. I also just took some buns out of the freezer and stuck them in there to warm up a little bit. So on Saturday, I truly did not know what to make, so I dug through the freezer and did kind of an appy night. So we have some fries, we have a bacon green onion pizza, some spinach artichoke balls, and I made some dips, and then we also did some crumble style cookies for dessert. I just make these from cake mix. Here's my plate. This honey mustard dip is so good. And then here's how the cookies turned out. I did a funfetti flavor and a caramel churro sort of flavor. Again, just made with cake mix, super easy. On Sunday, we needed a fast dinner because I was heading out for an event at 7, and so I just made a box of this hamburger helper. I've had this in the pantry for a bit. It was on clearance at Dollar Tree. That is how cheap I am. I buy sales and clearance at Dollar Tree and thrift stores. So here was the finished meal. This was okay. I wasn't a huge fan, to be honest. I think it was my first time ever having hamburger helper. I obviously prefer scratch-made stuff. And I put tomatoes on mine. Thanks for watching.